Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be reviewing the new Flash movie, which recently came out. This movie has been surrounded by lots of controversy, but to keep things civil, I won't be commenting on the drama. I'll just be talking about what I thought of the movie. I just want to give a major spoiler warning before I begin, as there are many things not shown in the trailers. With all that being said, let's get into the review. I'll start off with a major drawing point for this movie, with the cameos. Being a multiversal movie, most people came into this movie expecting major Easter eggs and cameos, which the film delivered on. One of my favourite ones was Nicolas Cage as Superman. Years back, he was supposed to star in a Tim Burton directed Superman movie, but it got cancelled. In the third act of that movie, he was meant to fight a big spider, which is what we saw here, so it was a really cool cameo that got me excited. As a big Arrowverse fan, it was disappointing that there was no references to the Arrowverse. No, the Jay Garrick one doesn't count because that wasn't Teddy Sears, just a CGI creation. I would have loved if there was a whole Arrowverse universe we could have looked at with clips from all 5 shows and Grant Gustin and John Wesley Shipp looking at the multiversal portal. A cool cameo was George Reeves as Superman, as he was the first actor to portray the Man of Tomorrow. There was also some archive footage from the 60s Batman show, as well as some weird-looking CGI creations of Christopher Reeves as Superman and Helen Slater as Supergirl, which, I don't know, it just didn't really sit right with me. Most of these cameos were created completely out of CGI, making them look really goofy. A lot of the CGI in this movie looked bad, especially the babies in that baby shower scene and when we saw the people in the CLOONEY bowl. The director said the wonky CGI was intentional as we were seeing it from the Flash's perspective, running fast and changing molecules or whatever. If their goal was to make it look weird, they succeeded. While there was definitely some bad CGI, there was also some stunning shots, especially while Flash was running with the lightning flowing behind them. The movie had its own style of cinematography and effects, which made it feel very unique and special. One of the best visual moments was when Supergirl took flight over those grasslands, which was one of the many things I liked about Sasha Calle's Supergirl. While I have watched all of Supergirl and enjoyed most of it, something about how they portrayed Supergirl didn't feel comic accurate. She was pretty much just a female Superman, rather than her own character with her own morals, identity, and emotions. None of that is occurrent with Sasha's take on Kara Zor-El. She's always been a more dark and brooding character than Superman. She knew more about Krypton and had way more of an emotional connection to the planet and its people than Kal-El does. Sasha's performance was exhilarating, and she really captured the audience's hearts with her short runtime. She's a closed-off character with a temper and badass warrior skills that still realizes her mistakes and can ask for help. How she was portrayed in this movie is very similar to how she is shown in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic, which is being adapted into a cosmic sci-fi movie for James Gunn's DCU, giving me hope that Sasha may return and be the lead of that movie. She had great chemistry with Barry in this film, making me think they could be the couple that the Arrowverse versions of these characters never got to. Speaking of Barry, I really liked his character in this movie. Ezra Miller did a fantastic job with their line delivery. I could genuinely feel the emotions they were conveying, even if Barry hadn't stated his feelings yet. One of the most impressive CGI feats of this movie was how well they made it seem like there was 2 Barry Allens, which was also helped by the very different way Ezra portrayed the 2 versions, making them feel like 2 separate characters very effectively. Barry too was super lovable and funny, which made it so sad when he died. One of his funniest scenes was when he was exploring the Batcave of Michael Keaton's Batman. I didn't have a real problem with Michael Keaton's performance, but something just felt off. He just felt like a character in this movie, not the triumphant return of an actor in his most iconic role. It's probably cliche to compare this movie to No Way Home, but In that movie, they made Toby and Andrew's returns important to the plot. They truly helped move along Peter's character arc, while here, Batman just kind of looks cool and does a few action scenes. Feels like a bit of a waste of Michael Keaton as Batman. Speaking of waste, I wish Ben Affleck had more to do in his final appearance as Batman. He really just had one action sequence and one talk with Barry. However, that action sequence was my favourite scene in the movie. The chase of Carmine Falcone in the Gotham streets with explosions and car flips. It's just so Batman-y, and I was really enjoying how badass he was. I got so happy when Wonder Woman showed up and saved the day at the end of the fight, though I didn't like how for the second movie in a row she's only seen by other heroes for her looks and sexiness. I didn't like that lasso of truth gag with Barry revealing a secret about his personal life to Wonder Woman and being embarrassed because she's so hot. Batman also got embarrassed because he broke down his whole childhood trauma story and why he became Batman and how that is a flawed excuse to punch people and how if he wanted to clean up the streets of Gotham he should have ended poverty, which just really took me out of the movie because Batman just said that being Batman is a bad idea and he is a bad person for doing it instead of giving money to the community. Anyways, Wonder Woman just felt really powerful and strong in the scene, and it was so amazing to just see her glide up effortlessly into the sky. If this is Gal Gadot's last appearance as Wonder Woman, I'm happy with it. Another reason I love this scene is because of the whole baby shower gag. While the babies looked inhuman, Barry running around, jumping on different objects in the air and trying to save the babies was breathtaking and creative. It was a nice breath of fresh air from the predictable visuals in the recent MCU movies. It was so funny when he threw the baby into the microwave and just the whole idea of a literal baby shower was just really funny. After that, Flash talks to a traumatized nurse about mental health, which is what the movie is all about. So much sadness and loss occurs in the life of a superhero, but their mental health is not addressed much. You can really feel how the loss of Barry's mother has affected him, and the depression he has developed. In that scene, he tells that nurse that she should find a therapist, because the Justice League is not good at handling mental health, which, yeah, is true. I wasn't expecting a line like that. Anyways, the focus on mental health in this movie was very powerful and inspiring. As for the villain of this movie, Dark Flash, he is one of the worst superhero villains I have ever seen. He is in 2 quick scenes before the 3rd act, pushing Barry into the other universe in order to create him in a kind of loop. It was really obvious Barry 2 was going to become Dark Flash based off the trailers, but it was still a pretty cool review, though that older version looked nothing like Ezra Miller. It's unrealistic how he would keep trying for 80 years to save Supergirl and Batman, who we met 2 days ago. He got defeated 3 minutes after his reveal in an anticlimactic and predictable way. Flash has the most extensive rogues gallery in DC other than Batman, so it's disappointing this film has a bad original villain. This movie was extremely emotional. While still having fun cameos and fan service, the movie still was about the Flash's character arc of realizing not everything can be fixed. It was an emotional journey that we were all a part of, and at the end, he finally realized that you can't just go back and change things. Well, kind of. After an emotional and well-acted goodbye between Nora and Barry, he takes the tomatoes out of his mum's car and puts them on the top shelf, so his dad would look up at the camera, leading to his freedom. The happy moment after he's released is interrupted by Bruce Wayne's arrival, but it is not Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck. It is George frickin' Clooney, reprising his role from the critically acclaimed 1997 film Batman and Robin. This is either because of him putting tomatoes on the top shelf, or because he saved his mom and then didn't save her. It's still affecting the timeline. But whatever it is, it's a bit strange. James Gunn has confirmed Clooney is not his DCU Batman, so I don't know what's going on here, but honestly, I think Clooney could actually be perfect for the role. We need a bit of an older Batman so we can already have a 13-year-old son and 3 sons in their late 20s, so I think this is a bit of a missed opportunity, honestly. I was really disappointed with the post-credit scene because it was more of a joke than a tease for more things, but it was still pretty nice to see 2 Justice Leaguers together. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It had great lead and side characters as well as a good emotional arc when it is held down by a god-awful villain and goofy CGI. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. That was my review for the new Flash movie. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day!